Good morning, fellow travelers. My name is Ember Aeternal, and welcome to my channel, Spirit Forge Coaching. I'm here to give a general reading today. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but if it does, take what fits and leave what does not. If you'd like a personal reading at some point afterward, please contact me at spritforgecoaching@gmail.com. Let's get started. So, think. Spirit, please show us the ways to navigate through our life today with the knowledge that you can give us and the wisdom we need to be healthy and happy. We have the Ten of Swords. This is generally despair, grief, defeat. And it can be major life change that you just don't want to accept, are not welcoming. This is you. This is your energy right now. So let's take a look at obstacles. We have the Eight of Wands. Wands are about action, the will to manifest. It seems that things are moving far too quickly for you right now. Let's get supports. We have the Hierophant. This can be a person. The Hierophant is about tradition and dogma. It can also be about getting spiritual advice, generally from a traditional standpoint rather than from an intuitive standpoint. Long-standing things that could be fundamentalism. So clear this up a little. Let's move on to subconscious influences. We have the Two of Coins. The twos are about balance in all the suits. In this case, this can be juggling finances. This may be why you are feeling like things are moving too fast and dealing with possible depression or despair because you maybe feel like you just can't get ahead with the juggling of the finances. Let's move on to ego. We have the Seven of Wands. This can be adventure. You see the people moving through a cave with torches. They look like they might be dwarves. That looks like adventure to me. It could also be that you're waiting for an important message. With this in your ego, I'm getting the sense that you want to go out and have adventures, but this needing to juggle your finances, needing to decide what is important in your life is hampering you from having these adventures that you want to have. And so your ego might be growling at you a little bit, growling at other people, being snappish maybe. Excuse me. So let's go to conscious influences. I get the sense that you need to slow down and allow your finances to stabilize, but your ego is going, wee, let's go do this. Wee, let's go do that. Without any thought for what's needed. So let's go to conscious influences. We have the Six of Wands. This is generally a public recognition after victory. Success after struggle. The wands are about the will to manifest. Passion can be about sex and sexuality. Courage. You have 3 wands here so far. So let's, it seems that there is either a need or a desire to take action here. But I think your Hierophant here is cautioning you to find stability and to allow your finances to stabilize. So let's get past influences. So this is a card that came with the deck that I decided to leave in because in certain other decks, a card such as this means that your destiny is your own, your fate is your own. You get to decide which path you're going to take. There's nothing in the divine or in the physical world that is hampering you from taking the path that you want to take. So that's what this card means to me. And this is in your past. So at some point in your past, you had a path like that open up to you. You had all paths open up to you. And let's see what path you chose. Let's look at present circumstances. We have the Two of Wands. Careful what you wish for. It seems that you asked for all these paths to open up, and you chose one that is moving far too quickly. I get the sense that you're basically bleeding money faster than you can make it. So let's Let's take a look at future influences. We have the Knight of Coins. The Knights are generally messengers. This is a person in your life. Though the Knights are the messengers in each suit, coins, also known as pentacles, are the slowest moving energy. So this may be a message regarding finances, regarding stability, that's coming to you slowly. This energy or this person may be waiting to see what you're going to do about stabilizing your finances. And once they do see what's going on, they will be very helpful. And this could also indicate help from spiritual realms. Help from the divine, possibly. Or from a guardian of some sort, from the spirit realm. Let's get the outcome. We have the Hanging Man. So generally the Hanging Man can be about sacrifice, can be about being in a holding pattern, like an airplane is in a holding pattern, and while it waits for a runway to open so it can land. It's basically about suspension of movement, but not about stagnation. This, in terms of sacrifice, in order to gain something that you need or want, you must give up something of equal or more value. This looks like a jester, but this is reminiscent of Odin hanging upside down for quote-unquote 9 long nights. And then reaching into the roots of Yggdrasil to gain the knowledge and wisdom that he had been seeking. Some say that this 9 long nights was his death, and he was resurrected by the knowledge and wisdom that he sought. There are other things in the lore that say he lost his eye at this point, but there, in other parts of the sagas, it says that he went seeking wisdom and knowledge at another point and gave up his eye for wisdom and knowledge. But Odin was all about sacrifice. He knew the value of sacrifice. And it seems that you are going to figure out the value of sacrifice. Perhaps you need to sacrifice your desire for adventure in order to gain financial stability. And then if you do that, you may very well gain control over this very quick energy that is moving too fast for you and get through this, not over, but through this despair and defeat that you're feeling. And with this in your past, I'm thinking that all of these paths are still open before you. You just see, for every path that we choose, a lot of people think that when all paths are open before us, that there are no consequences for any of those paths that we take. That's just not true. There is causality, and there are consequences for everything. If you hold your breath, you're going to need oxygen. You're going to have to release the breath. If you poke yourself in the eye, you're probably going to have to go to the ER to find out if you've blinded yourself. There are consequences for everything, including for positives. If you save money, that means you'll have money for a rainy day later. And I'll stop lecturing. In the overall energy, we have the Nine of Swords, which is the mirror image of the 10, and this is anxiety. This is the overall energy. You are in anxiety over all of this stuff. But you have a Hierophant in your life that you can lean on. This is a person in your life. This could be a minister, this could be a preacher, or even a priestess, a counselor, a therapist, even somebody who is older and more mature, more wise to the ways of the world, more experienced than you are, who probably has some valuable information for you coming from a traditional sense. So if you're the kind of person who likes to flout tradition, it may be time for you to stop doing that, at least for the time being, and listen to this person so they can help you with this financial struggle that you're going through. With as many wands as there are here, I'm thinking that you're also having, you're having difficulty with this adventure that you want to be on. And when I say adventure, I don't mean a grand adventure. I mean multiple adventures. You want your life to be exciting. But it seems that the more excitement you seek, the less financially balanced you are. So it's time to possibly engage in a little maturity and sacrifice that desire for adventure so that you can become financially secure and get out of this anxious energy. So let's do the Neon Moon for your 3 cards. Balancing factors, unknown influences, and suggested improvements. You know what? That one just flew out there, so I'm going to take it. Actually, no, I'm not, because it was 2. So we have the 2 of Vials. You have the 2 of Coins, the 2 of Wands, and now the 2 of Vials reversed. And Vials in other decks is Cups. 2s are about balance, but with this being reversed, there's something that is out of balance. Which I guess means it's not a balancing factor. What is out of balance for you? I think you need to make up with someone, but you're being stubborn about it. Either that or this is too much partying and you need to slow it down. This is the balancing factor. This is the reason for all this. Yeah, I think what happened was you wished for more adventure in your life and you got your wish, and now you're struggling financially because of it. Get out of that partying mindset if you want if you want to have any hope of finding balance with your finances. Unknown influences. We have the World. So, I think what we have going on here is if you balance this, if you basically flip this Two of Vials over, I get the sense that you may need to make amends with someone that may have gotten upset with your partying, overspending, things such as that. And if you do make amends with that person, and that person might even be yourself, you might be feeling ashamed or guilt over it. Once you do that, once you find that balance again, the world will be at your feet. You're going to be at this point again. You haven't lost this, all paths open before you. Now, if you continue to choose the we attitude, you're going to continue to struggle financially. That's just going to be the natural consequence of it. But this is an indication of good things to come. You do have good things coming to you if you settle yourself into maybe a little more adulting. So let's get suggested improvements. We have the Supervisor of Vials in other decks. This is the Queen of Vials, the Queen of Cups. So suggested improvements is maybe you need to tap into connection with others, tapping into your emotions and your intuitions in order to find an answer that works for you, in order to find this balance that you seek. And with the Supervisor of Vials touching this Open Destiny card and this Two of Wands, I think that you have strong psychic abilities that you can tap into. But you must find this balance first. You must not only find financial balance, but you need to ground. You need to ground yourself. Stop flitting around with all of this wand energy, all of this fire energy, and ground yourself, and really tap into your emotional side and your intuitive side. But when you do this, all kinds of things, unexpected things, are going to open up for you. And there's this warning again of being careful of what you wish for. Be careful of the bargains that you make. You may not get what you thought you were going to get. But whatever it is that you get when you open up to this psychic side of yourself, this intuitive side of yourself, good things are going to come. They may be overwhelming, which is another reason to ground yourself as much as possible. So let's get overall energy. We have the Seven of Wires. So this is the same as this one right here, but it's in reversed. So in this deck, it's the Seven of Wands. It's in reverse, which means possibly that instead of public victory, I'm sorry, that's the 6. I apologize. We have the 7 of wires in reverse, which is the same as the 7 of wands upright. Just flip the script. And so there's an important message that you're missing because of this moving so quickly from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. There's an important message from the divine, from the spirit world, from just important sources that you're missing. It's like you're on a bullet train and you're missing your stop. Because as the engineer, you haven't figured out how to stop the train. So the advice here is to figure out how to stop that train, maybe get off it and get onto a slower moving train. One that still gives you that sense of excitement that you're seeking, but not so fast that you miss the important things that you need to pay attention to. I think this is about it. If you like the way that I read, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you can be informed of any content that I post when it's posted. And I hope you have a blessed day.